All right, step one is to soak your feet in warm water with a little bit of Epsom salt for about 10 minutes. You want to let the heat warm up all of those super compressed muscles in there. And then you're going to come out, you're going to dry them. And while they're still nice and hot, you're going to take the crossball, you're going to put it on the foot that hurts. You're going to rub from the arch down along the inside edge to there. And you're going to go across. You're going to go up the outside edge. And you're going to go around in a big box. Pretty slowly with a decent amount of pressure. And then at some point, you're going to find a spot that's like, oh, ouch, that hurts a little bit. You're going to find, like right there's my spot. So I'm going to hover on that spot. I put a little bit more pressure on it. We're going to do gentle, like north, south, north, south, north, south. Then east, west, east, west, east, west. Then you're going to go diagonal. The idea is to almost make an asterisk. You know, a plus sign with an X through it. You want all four angles around that tough spot. And then you're going to find the next spot and just keep going around. Because with plantar fasciitis, you're going to have multiple spots that are tender like that. The idea is that you're just going to get a little bit of pressure on it. So that's step 2. Now step 3 is now that you've warmed up your foot, you've used the crossball to kind of beat up the foot a little bit. Design not super aggressively, just you're going to get your butt as close to the wall as you can get it and try to get your feet up as high as get your feet up on the wall. You're going to hold this for about 10 minutes because you just warmed up the blood, got it warm in there, then you massaged it, and now you're going to let the blood drain out because you have to get all the old blood out. If you don't let the blood drain out, what you end up running into is you end up having a traffic jam. The body is always sending blood down to the toes, down to the feet, trying to fix them. Especially if you have plantar fasciitis. It means that the fascia is inflamed, it's swollen, and your body is sending blood trying to repair the damage that you have. But unfortunately, gravity is very strong, and there's not a pump to pump the old blood out of the foot. And so a lot of times we get swelling in the feet or the calves or the knees or even the thigh when you have plantar fasciitis. That's why you're doing both. You're going to soak both feet. You're only going to use the lacrosse ball on the one foot, and you're going to drain both feet. And after the 10 minutes is done, you've got all the blood out. Your toes are going to be a little bit numb and tingly. Once your toes are a little bit numb and tingly, we come up, and we basically just do deep stretches on the calves because there are about 13 or 14 muscles in the calf themselves. And what they do is they run from here and they go all the way down into the bottom and they constrict, they pull you. In order to push your toe like this, you use this muscle to do it. So what we do is we just, pretty simply, there's a million ways to stretch your calves. You can do a simple lean like this. You get a super deep calf stretch. The goal for this is to hold these calf stretches for about 2 minutes each. Now this is going to hurt a lot more than you're expecting it to. Your calves are going to feel extra sore, especially from the heat, the massage, and from the draining on the wall. But a 2-minute hold. And in these 2-minute holds, you're doing deep breaths. And every exhale, you go a little bit deeper. You're going a little deeper. So the variations you can do. This is option A, the simplest option. You stand, you lean, you reach, you pull the toes up. You can mimic this on a chair. Same idea. The goal is not to stretch the hamstrings. The goal is just to isolate here. So you can do it this way. You can also put your foot up against the wall, as so, and lean into it. And every exhale, you go a little deeper into it. Again, the idea is to hold these calf stretches for a long time because you have to manipulate the blood to not just go there because it's inflamed, but to actually start repairing the system. And by doing these 4 steps, remember, step 1, you soak the feet in the water. Step 2, you use the lacrosse ball on the foot. You follow the north, south, east, west, and diagonal protocol, and you do a box around the whole foot. And then you put your feet up on the wall to drain the blood out, and then you do the slow, long, deep calf stretches. Those are going to be on both feet. Heck, you might as well do the cross ball on both feet too. If you're going to have plantar fasciitis on one foot, there's a good chance you're kind of compensating and putting the weight on the opposite foot. So you're better off doing the treatment for both feet. Soak, lacrosse ball, drain, and then stretch. That's it.